Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some Milwaukee Braves 1961 baseball here on August 18th, 1961. We got the Braves hosting the Phillies, and the starting lineup for your visiting Philadelphia Phillies is leading off, playing second base is Tony Taylor. Batting second, playing left field is Johnny Callison. Batting third, playing center field is Tony Gonzalez. Batting fourth, playing first base is Don Detmer. Batting fifth, playing right field is Wes Covington. Batting sixth, playing third base is Lee Walls. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Clay Dalrymple. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Bobby Malcolmus. And batting ninth and doing the pitching for the Phillies is Jim Owens. Let's take a look at the hometown Milwaukee Braves starting lineup. You got leading off, playing right field, Lee May. Batting second, playing second, Frank Bolin. Batting third, playing third, Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth, playing center field is Hank Aaron. Batting fifth, playing first base is Joe Adcock. Batting sixth, playing left field is Frank Thomas. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Joe Torre. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Roy McMillan. Batting ninth and doing the pitching for the Milwaukee Braves is Lou Burdette. Let's get down here to Milwaukee and get this game started, folks. And Lou Burdette's on the mound with a 3.42 ERA. He started 27 games. This will be his 28th start of the year. He's 13-6 with 8 complete games, and Tony Taylor's the first batter up against him. He's batting .268 with 1 home run and 19 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to McMillan at short. Easy play for out number 1. And this game's underway, folks. That brings up Johnny Callison now. And Johnny's batting .233 with 4 home runs and 18 RBIs. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. And Mr. Matthews makes the catch out in left field in the grass for out number 2. And that brings up Mr. Tony Gonzalez, batting .342 on the year, 12 home runs and 50 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Matthews. So Matthews is busy this inning. Throws across the diamond, and that'll do it for the Phils. Phils score nothing. That'll bring up May, Bolin, and Matthews in the bottom of the first. And you got Jim Owens out on the mound with a 3.27 ERA. He started 10 games on the year, folks. His record is 5-4, and he has 3 complete games. So here's the pitch to Lee May, batting .234, 12 home runs, 28 RBIs. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. 0-1 pitch on Lee May. And that's going to be a 2-base error on Johnny Callison out there in left field, folks. He misplayed that. I didn't want that. So I want a 2-base error. Got too quick on the enter button. That ball rolls by him the whole way to the fence. Lee May's going to end up at second with, like I say, an E7, but it's a 2-base error. So there's May down at second, nobody out. Frank Bolin. See if the Braves can cash in here with this extra out. And Frank's hitting .284, 15 home runs, 60 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And he's going to look the runner back to second, fire over the first. So now there's 1 out with May down at second. That brings up the big boys. Here's Eddie Matthews, batting .296, 22 home runs, 89 RBIs. He was supposed to hold at second. Supposed to hold at second. Try this again. So you got a ground ball down the third. And let's see here. We get her in a hold this time. And there we go. And now the pitch to Eddie Matthews. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Home run in the center field, Eddie Matthews. And as soon as Ken Castro joined us, the Braves take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Yeah, see if the Phils can do it again. They scalped the Braves the last time, folks, if you go back and watch that video. Sure. But the Braves are up 2-0. Still only one out. Hank Aaron's up batting .301, 23 RBIs and 23 home runs and 81 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this, and Mr. Owens is having problems today, folks. And Hank drives that ball into the gap in right field. It rattles off the fence out there. And Hank Aaron standing down at second with a double with one out for Joe Adcock. He's batting .275, 23 home runs and 76 RBIs. Can he make this a 3-0 ball game, folks? And they're not going to take no chances with Joe. They're going to walk him and face another Joe. Well, first they got Frank Thomas up. So that sets up the double play. It might not have been a bad walk because Thomas and Adcock don't have much speed. Hey, Michael. So the Phillies looking to turn two here. Here's the pitch to Frank, and he's only batting .248 on the year, folks. His power's not bad, and he's got 19 home runs and 60 RBIs, but that batting average isn't good at all. And he's making a liar out of me because that ball is shot over the shortstop's head. And that'll get in the left field, and Adcock will stop it second. But Hank Aaron's going to scoot around from second, and he's going to score and make this a 3-0 ball game, and still first and second and one out. Definitely not much speed on the pads now. You got Adcock at second, Thomas at first, and Joe Torre at the plate. Joe, again's not having a great year either, folks. He's only batting .239 with 6 home runs and 30 RBIs. But he gets a hold of this one, and he rips that ball in the left field, and that's going to fill the bases, folks. And we got Adcock at third, Thomas at second, Torres at first, and McMillan at the plate. All the ducks are on the pond waiting for Mac to come through, but here's another guy not hitting. Batting .208 with 5 home runs and 38 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Mac. 1 out, bases juiced. Braves already up 3-1. And he walks a .208 batter, folks. Jeez, you Pete's. I know the pitcher's up next, but it's Lou Burdette. And Lou's having a heck of a year at the plate, folks. He's batting .307. He's got 5 home runs and 13 RBIs. So bases are still juiced. No speed on the pad to talk about. But Lou's up. Can Lou blast this game? It's already 4-0. Can he just blast it wide open? Here is the pitch to Sweet Lou. And that's going to be a... Let's see. Did we keep the infield in or back is what I should have decided. There ain't much speed on the pads. They're going to play back. And that's going to be an error on Taylor down at second. Nothing's going right for the Fields. A run of scoring. The bases remain juiced. And it is now 5-0. And we're back to the top of the order, folks. The Braves have sent 9 men to the plate. Now they're 10th. Lee May started all this off with an error. 2 errors in this inning, 4 hits, and 2 walks, and only 1 out. Lee, here comes the pitch. They're out to talk to Owens. They're getting the bullpen up already, believe it or not, sure. And it looks like it's going to be Mr. Dallas Green's going to be getting up for him. He thinks he's going to be a great manager one day for the Phillies and might even take them to the World Series, he said. Here's the pitch to Lee. And another base on balls. And I think that's going to be it for Owens. Owens only goes a third of an inning, folks. Dallas Green is coming in the game. Jeez, you Pete's. Unbelievable. What a difference a day makes, Ken. This looks, yesterday's games looks like the Trail of Tears. This looks like Custer's last stand here. So Dallas is going to come in the game only one out. Bases are still loaded. See if Dallas can get out of this mess. Frank Bowen's the only one that made it out. He sure don't want to make 2 outs in the same inning. He grounded out the Lee Walls his first time up. And he is going to make another out, folks. Can they turn 2 on this? And now they got some speed on the pads with Lee May. So they're going to bring the infield in on this one, I believe. And that ball has hit that Taylor again. And he's going to fire that ball home, and they're going to get McMillan at the plate to cut off a run. Now there's 2 outs, and Eddie Matthews is up. Let's see if Eddie can blast another home run, folks. He started this scoring with a 2-run homer. Hey, 007. Yeah, exactly, 007. Yeah, something like that, huh? And this time, Matthews swinging for the fences. He strikes out. That'll end the inning. But 6 runs come across the plate. And the Braves lead this game 6-0 as we go to the top of the second. Dallas Green did a great job getting out of that mess with no more runs scoring. We got Detmer, Covington, and Walls due up here for the Phils. And Don is batting .246 with 16 home runs and 46 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's Lou's first strikeout of the ball game. 1 down. Wes Covington's up. The former Brave, the former White Sox, the former A, and now a Philly batting .329 with 4 home runs and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. Lou Burdette with a 6-run lead, just firing it in there, folks. Hey, Beatles. Well, thank you, bud. Appreciate it. And now you got Lee Walls up hitting .257 with 2 home runs and 20 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Joe Adcock. He'll take it himself, and Lou sets him down in order in the second after scoring 6 in the first. And the Braves come up at bottom of the second with Aaron, Adcock, and Thomas. Hank doubled his first time up and came in to score. Here's the pitch to Henry. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Covington's got it. That'll be out number 1. So 1 down here in the second. That was Joe Adcock. And Joe walked his first time up and came in to score. And here's the pitch to Joe. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Bobby down there at short just missed it. Goes in the left field. And Joe Adcock standing down at first again for Frank Thomas. And Frank's got a single and an RBI on the day. Here's the pitch to Frank. And Frank gets a hold of this one, folks. Maybe he's finally heating up. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is driven in the right field. Home run, Frank Thomas. And it is now 8-0. Bravos. Nice to see Frankie up. That would strengthen that lineup. Here's Joe Torre. He's 1-for-1. He scored his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's Dallas Green's second strikeout of the game. That brings up McMillan now with 2 outs. He walked, drove in a run with that walk. And here's the pitch to Mac. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Dallas Green settles down after the home run, strikes out the next 2 batters, but gives up the 2-run homer to Frank Thomas. We go to the 3rd, and the Braves are just killing the Phils 8-0. Alrighty, so we go to the top of the 3rd. We got Clay Deltmer, Bobby Malcolmus, and Dallas Green. And Dallas will bat for himself, folks. The Phils ain't trying to burn up that bullpen in an 8-0 game right now. So Clay's batting .205 on the year with 1 home run and 18 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first, I believe. Yes, Joe Adcock's up with it. Tosses it over to Lou Covering, and that'll be out number 1. And here comes Bobby. Bobby's hitting .270 on the year, folks, with 10 home runs and 24 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Bobby. And he hits that ball right down the McMillan at short. He fires over the Adcock. And that'll be a 2 up and 2 down. They had Jimmy Owens starting Beatles, and he got rocked. yeah. Sorry, Ken, buddy. Yeah. Yep. So here's Dallas Green up for the first time. Dallas is batting .278 on the year, folks. He's got a double, and he's got 2 RBIs on the year. Here's the pitch to Dallas. And he gets a hold of this, folks, and he turns on it, drives that ball in the right field, and down by 8. He's not going to risk getting thrown out at second. So Dallas has got himself a nice single with 2 outs here in the bottom and top of the 3rd. It brings up Tony Taylor because, like Beatles says, we don't need no stinking DH. So we got Taylor up now. He grounded out the shortest first time up. And that's going to be hit down the 3rd. And Matthews is going to go to the short way over the 2nd. And that'll end the inning. So they waste poor Dallas's single. And here comes Callison up now. I mean, Burdette, who reached on an error his first time up. Then May and Bolin will be up after that. See if Sweet Lou can get a base hit here, just like his counterpart. Now that's a swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, crazy, ain't it? Now here's Lee May. He's walked and reached on an error in the first inning. Here's the pitch to Lee. And they're finally going to get him off the bases. That's going to be a fly ball out to Gonzalez. He makes the catch for out number 2. And here's Frank Bolin. Frank Bolin has the stat of going 0 for 2 in the same inning, folks. He reached on a fielder's choice and he grounded out the 3rd. He was the only batter not to get on base in that first inning. Here is the pitch from Frank Bolin. And he's still not getting on base. That's hit down the short. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Dallas Green. We go to the top of the 4th. It's still 8-0 Braves. Callison, Gonzalez, and Detmer's due up. And Johnny popped up to Eddie Matthews his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Oh, no, that's right. Keep forgetting about old Lou having that double Z. So that's 2 balls and no strikes. And he's going to come back and get him to pop up in the infield. That's down to Frank Bowen out near the mound. He makes the catch for out number 1. And here's Gonzalez. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to Eddie Matthews his first time up, but he gets a hold of this one off of Sweet Lou. And that ball is driven into the gap in left center. Hank and Frank Thomas looks like the Keystone Cops out there, folks. And that man's making a turn for third, and he's a brown-eyed, handsome man, and he's in there. Tony Gonzalez with a triple. Since Beetle's in that house, it's a triple, folks. So you got a runner down at third, 1 out. Braves will play back with an 8-run lead. Old Don Detmer's up. He struck out his first time up. 1 out, runner on at third. Here's the pitch from Sweet Lou, and all of a sudden Lou's having problems because Don squares this one up, folks. And bang, say goodbye, kiss it goodbye. That ball is long and going. Home run to left field by Don, and all of a sudden it's an 8-2 ball game, folks. And for the Braves' sake, they're hoping that's a home run inning killer here. So now there's nobody on, 1 out. And Wes Covington's up. He struck out his first time up. And here's the pitch to Wes. And he comes right back and strikes Wes out for the second time today, folks. So now there's 2 down and nobody on. Excuse me. Here comes Lee Walls, grounded out to Joe Adcock his first time up. And he blasts that ball past Joe in the right field. And he'll stop at first with a single with 2 outs. And that brings up Clay. 2 outs, a runner on at first. He grounded out the first his first time up. A lot of first. And that's going to be hit down to Eddie Matthews at third. He's going to fire down the second, and that'll end the inning. But not until the Phillies get on the board with a 2-run homer by Don Detmer and cut the lead to 8-2, folks. We go to the bottom of the 4th. We got Matthews, Aaron, and Adcock due up against Green. And this will probably be Dallas's last inning here, folks. We'll see. Eddie's 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer. Struck out his other time up in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Taylor. And that'll be 1 out here. Here comes the hammer. And Hank is 1 for 2 with a double and flew out the right. And that's going to be hit to left field. He's giving the corners chances. Callison's got it, and that is 2 up and 2 down. And that'll bring up Joe Adcock now. And Joe's 1 for 1. He walked and singled his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Joe Adcock's on base all 3 times, folks. And that brings up Frank Thomas. And Frank is 2 for 2 today with a home run and an RBI single. So here's the pitch to Frank. And this man is smoking hot today, folks, because that ball is high, that ball is far, that ball is going. In the left field, he turned on that one. And Frank Thomas is starting to heat up, folks. 3 for 3 with 2 home runs on the game, 5 RBIs. And he gets those 2 runs back, and it's a 10-2, good buddy. And now Joe Torres needs to start heating up. He's got a single in the game, but then he struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch to Joe. And he blasts that ball in the center field, so maybe these 2 guys are starting to hit. So Torres down at first for McMillan. Mack, he's 0 for 1 with a walk and struck out. Here's the pitch to McMillan. And he's heating up, folks. That ball is squared up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. That is his 6th home run of the year. And the Braves can't do anything wrong. Yesterday, they couldn't do anything right. And that's a 2-run shot. It's 12-2. Burdette's up. And Dallas is going to stay in the game, folks. They're not burning that bullpen up. They'll pitch hit for him in the top of the 5th. And Sweet Lou's reached on an error and struck out. And that's a base on balls. And Dallas Green is this out there shaking his head. Sure. So Lou's down at first. Lee Mays up. He's 0 for 2 and with a walk. He did reach on an error one of those times. And that's going to be another base on balls. So we may have to do a double switch here. I hate to take Clay out of the game. See how many catchers they got on the bench. They only got one catcher on the bench. We're not doing that. Let's see who's up for Clay. Could take Lee out of the game. Walls. Let's see here. You got Rube. Could play third. No, Rube can't. Who they got at third? They got Al Smith can play third. I think that's what they're going to do. Going to bring in Al Smith. He'll take over in the 9th spot for Green. And let's see who they're going to bring in here for Green. The hitting Walls' spot. They got a bunch of righties coming up now. Well, they got a lefty and then a righty. So, let's see here. See who they want to bring into the game here. They only got one righty in the bullpen. So I guess that's who's going to be. Old Jack's coming in. And he'll bat in the 6th spot. And then we'll go to the bench. And we'll bring Smith in, put him in the 9 hole. Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. Alrighty, and Charlie will play third, and we're good to go, folks. Alrighty, got runners on at first and second. Frank bowling up, and Jack get them out of this inning. The Braves have scored 4 more here in this inning. Here's the pitch to Frank. He's 0 for 3, and he's going to be 0 for 4 as that ball's hit down the short. Sorry, hit down the second. Taylor's up with it, goes over the short, gets the out, and that'll end the inning. But the Braves scored 4 on some home runs by Frank Thomas and McMillan and take a 12-2 lead going into the 5th. You got Malcolm Smith and Taylor due up here for the Phils. Bobby's 0 for 1, grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lee May. He's playing right field today. Makes the catch for out number 1. And here comes out Charlie Smith up for the first time. Only batting a $194, folks. 1 home run, 13 RBIs. But that's a swing and a miss. Lou starting to wheel and deal with a 12-run lead, that's for sure. Shouldn't see a single walk out of him today. And here's Mr. Taylor's 0 for 2. And he's going to be 0 for 3. That's a fly ball out to Aaron in center field. And the Phillies go down 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still a 10-run lead. Matthews, Aaron, and Adcock due up here for the Braves. Eddie is 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. Here's the pitch to Eddie, and that's going to be a fly ball out to West Covington. He's got it for out number 1. Here comes the hammer, Hank Aaron, and he is 1 for 3 with a double. Here's the pitch to Hank, and that's going to be a pop up on the infield. And Charlie, of course, it's got to be hit to the guy you just brought in the game. He makes the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring up Joe Adcock. He's 1 for 1, and he's walked twice, folks, and scored all 3 times up. And this will be the first time they keep him off the bases. That's hit down the short, and the Braves go down in order. And we go to the top of the 6th. We got Callis and Gonzalez and Detmer due up here for the Phils. Callison's 0 for 2. He's popped up to 3rd, popped up to 2nd. And he's walked. No, keep forgetting about that ZZ. He got a 2-ball, no strike count on him. And he does walk the hard way. So there we go. We jinxed Sweet Lou. I said he wouldn't walk a soul this game. Callison trots on down to 1st. Brings up Gonzalez. He's got a triple in this game, folks. 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to Tony. And that's going to be a base hit in left field, right down the 3rd baseline. And Callison's going to put the Jets on. He's going to make it down the 3rd. So we got 1st and 3rd now with nobody out. And on a 2-0 pitch, I don't know what Gonzalez is thinking. We're down by 10, but he's taking off, folks. He better make it. That's all I got to say. Here's the throw from Joe Torres. Down to Frank Bolin covering, and the tag's applied, but it's too late. Gonzalez is in there with a double. So it's 2-1 count on Detmer. The Braves will play back. They'll give up some runs for some outs here. Nobody out. Callison at 3rd. Gonzalez at 2nd. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Are they going to take a chance on Aaron's arm? No, they're not. So now there's 1 out and still 2nd and 3rd. Yes, it does, 007. Yep. Yeah. The only thing it doesn't do quite as well as action is if they sent guys down on the DL. Sometimes I notice it doesn't do that as well. But trades and, like I say, if they was going for a long period of time, it'll take them and send them down to the minors. If they was just sent down to the minors because they wasn't playing well. But I think sometimes with the DL, it doesn't catch all of it. But it does a darn good job with it. Yep. Before every game, it executes transactions. Yeah, I'll show you after the game here, the screen, the transaction screen for the Braves. Show you how what it looks like. And like I say, it'll either say pending or executed. All right, now we got West Covington up here, folks. And he's 0 for 2. He struck out twice against Luke, and Luke get the hat trick from him. And no, he can't, because West clobbers this one, folks. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field, and that'll clear the bases. And West is standing down at 2nd with a 2 RBI double, and it's 12-4. Only down by 8 now. And here's the question. With 1 out, did we go through the bullpen? I wasn't going to. I was going to let Jack bat. And he's batting 200 on the year, folks. We're going to let him bat. Dallas Green got a single his time up. Let's see if Jack can come through, help himself out. And that's going to be no. That's going to be a ground ball. High pop-up, rather, down the 3rd. In the outfield goes Matthews, makes the catch. That's 2 outs. And we got Clay up now. And Clay is 0 for 2. See if he can drive in that run. And he sure can, folks. That's going to be a single in the center. And West is going to score. And all of a sudden, Sweet Lou's not looking so sweet. Because now that's 3 runs this inning, and it's 12-5. And that'll bring up Bobby with a runner down at second. And only 2 outs. Yeah, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Bobby. He's 0 for 2. And he ain't 0 for 2 no more, folks, because that's a single in the right field. And Clay will stop it. Second, with his speed, he ain't trying to get thrown out. So now we got first and second. And 2 outs for Mr. Charlie Smith. Came in the game in a double switch. He struck out his first time up. And he ain't striking out this time. Jeez, you Pete, sweet Lou. What's going on? And that ball is driven into the gap in left field. And that'll score Detmer. And Magnus is going to come around too, folks. A 2-run double. Jeez, you Pete's. Just like that, folks. It's 12-7. With a runner down at second still. Sure, they go out and talk to Lou. Lou says he can get him out of this inning, and he needs 1 out. Back to the top of the order, and Tony Taylor, he's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch to Tony, and that'll end the inning, folks. That's a line drive, though, right at Frank Bowen. He catches that in self-defense, so Lou sure didn't trick it. Tony, he's scratching his head. Can't believe that wasn't a hit. So the Phillies score 5 and make it a 12-7 ball game. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We got Thomas, Torrey, and McMillan due up. If anybody gets on base, they'll be pitch hitting for Lou, that's for sure. And Frank Thomas is the man today, folks. 3 for 3, 2 home runs, an RBI single, 5 RBIs total, and he scored every time. Here's the pitch to Frank. And he pops this one up, just gets under it, folks. Sure, Charlie Smith makes the catch for out number 1. Just didn't quite square it up. Yeah, Phillies might be coming back. Exactly. Here we go, Ken says. Yeah, Joe Torre's having a nice game, folks. He's 2 for 3, 2 singles and a strikeout. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Smith. Smith's busy this inning. Fires across the diamond. 2 balls hit down to Charlie. 2 outs. Here's McMillan, who homered his last time up, folks. He's got 3 RBIs on the day. Here's the pitch to Mac. And that's going to be popped up behind home plate. Clay's got it. And that'll be it for the Braves here in the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 12-7 Braves. Lou's due to lead off the 8th. They're going to see if he can get through this 7th. He gets in any trouble, though. There'll be a quick hook, that's for sure. You got Callis and Gonzalez and Detmer due up. Johnny's 0 for 2. He walked his last time up and came in to score. And that's popped up behind home plate. Joe Torre's got it for out number 1. And that brings up Tony Gonzalez. He's 2 for 3 with a triple, a single, and a stolen base. And he scored twice, folks. And that's going to be a pop-up in the infield. He wants that. McMillan calls for it. Out in the grass in left field. He makes the catch. So that's 2 pop-ups, 2 outs. And now we got Detmer. He's 1 for 3 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So now with 2 outs, the Phillies got a runner on, folks. And that's not a tight ball game, but it's interesting now with West Covington up. He doubled his last time up and drove in too. Here's the pitch for West. And that's a deep fly ball in the right field. Lee May's going back. He makes the catch near the wall, folks. And that's going to be it for Lou, I tell you. And he gets out of the inning with no runs. We make it to the 7th inning stretch. So we'll have a pitch hitter here for Lou. Then the top of the order. And I think Al Spangler's going to come off the bench here and pitch hit. I think Don's going to come in the game, even though it's not a save opportunity. I don't think they're going to mess around here. He needs some action anyway. So I think that's who's going to come in the pitch. Spangler will come in the bat, and Don will come in the pitch. And there's Al. Yeah, that is the problem with the Phils. They don't have a lot of power, that's for sure, this year, Ken. Yep, so here's Al. He's batting .317 on the year, folks, with 9 home runs, 9 RBIs, rather. But that's going to be a fly ball out to Johnny out in left field. And that'll be out number 1. And now we go back to the top of the order, and Lee May. And Lee May now, he's 0 for 2. 2 walks, reached on an error, and scored and has an RBI with that walk. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes Frank Bolin now. And Frank's 0 for 4. He might be the only Brave not to reach base one way or another. Here's the pitch to Frank. And he says, "Thank you very much. I'll take a base hit in the right field. Get me off the snide." So Frank Bolin standing down at first for Eddie Matthews. And Matthews is 1 for 4 with that 2-run homer, folks. And now the Phillies defense is letting them down. That ball is hit down to Tony Taylor. He muffs that one, folks. Everybody's safe. That's an E4. And just like that, the Braves are making some noise here with 2 outs. That brings up Hank Aaron, who is 1 for 4 with a double. Here's the pitch to Hank. And he gets him to pop up to third. That'll end the inning. The Braves come up empty, leave 2 on. We go to the top of the 8th. It's the 12-7 ball game. Like I say, Don will come in here, the pitch for the Braves. Even though it's a 5-run lead, he hasn't pitched in a while. When was the last time Don pitched? It's been 3 games since he's pitched. So Don will come in. He'll be facing a pitch hitter for Jack. Then the 7-8 hitter, Dalrymple and Malcolmus, will be batting here against him. Let's see who they're going to bring off the bench for Jack. Let's see, who do we want to go with? How many lefties they got on the bench here? I think we used them. Elmer. I guess Elmer's going to come out here and pitch hit. So Elmer, he's batting .400 on the year, folks. He's only got 5 at bats, though. He's 2 for 5 with a double. Here's the pitch to Elmer. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Hank Aaron couldn't get to it, folks. So that's a leadoff single by Elmer. So now, with nobody out, Clay's up. Braves are looking for a ground ball here to double him up. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI, batting .207. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lee May. That'll be out number 1. And that brings up Bobby now. And he is 1 for 3 also with a run scored. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs now after the leadoff single. Oh, I didn't know you was a Phillies fan, 007. Cool. Oh, on a Friday, that's nothing wrong with that, Mike. No power, no work. Sure. Alrighty, now we got Charlie Smith. He's 1 for 2 since he's came into the game. 2-run double. Here's the pitch to Charlie. And that's going to end the inning. That's going to be hit back to the mound. Maybe not. It might be a swing and a miss. That's a swing and a miss. Charlie goes down. So they get the leadoff single, but it goes nowhere, folks. And now we need a new pitcher here for the Phils. You got Adcock, Thomas, and Torrey, a bunch of righties. I don't know if they got a righty left. Yeah, a righty in the bullpen or not. I think they might be all lefties, I think. I think Jack was the only righty they had. Yeah, they only got 2 lefties left in the bullpen. Let's see who hasn't pitched in a while. Lehman pitched 2 days ago. And so it's going to be Don Ferrizzi. He's going to come in and pitch. And I'll put him in the wrong spot. Cancel that out. He is batting in the 6 hole. Try that again, not the 9 hole. So used to clicking on that 9 spot. So we'll try it again. And there we go. Now we got it straight. Okay. And he'll be facing Joe Adcock, Frank Thomas, and Joe Torrey here in the bottom of the 8th. Joe's 1 for 2, 2 walks, scored 3 times. And again, that defense for the Phillies, sure, not good. Not good at all. That ball's hit down to Charlie Smith. He bounces that ball over there. Luckily, Detmer keeps it in front of him. Adcock with his speed not going down the 3rd with a 5-run lead. That brings up the smoking hot, red hot Frank Thomas, 3 for 4 with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and scored 3 times. Here's the pitch to Frank. He's gotten that batting average up over 250 in this game, folks. And he ain't done yet because he's got a 3-run home run game, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is long gone over the left field fence. He turned on that. Shoo. And he is 4 for 5 with 7 RBIs in the game, folks. He single-handedly tied the Phillies by himself. Jeez, you Pete. Now we got Joe Torrey's up 2 for 4, and let's hope he's starting to hit, folks. Here's a pitch to Joe. And that's going to be a swing and a miss to right 3. Don bounces back. After that strike, after that home run, here comes another guy that's homer today. Old Mac, he's 1 for 3 with a home run. Here's the pitch to Mac. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Tosses it over to first. That'll be 2 outs now. And Don is going to hit for himself, folks. And he is 0 for 1 this year. Here's the pitch to Don. And he swings and misses strike 3. But the Braves score 2 more in the bottom of the 8th and make it a 7-run ball game. And we got the top of the order due up here for the Phillies. You got Taylor, Callison, and Gonzalez for Don to get through. But now with a 7-run lead. And Tony's 0 for 4. He did line a hard shot down the second his last time up. Got robbed of a hit. And that's going to be an easy fly ball out to the man today, Frank Thomas. He makes the catch for out number 1. That brings up Callison now. And he is 0 for 3 with a walk and scored. And that's out to Frank Thomas. Frank Can he tie a record here held by many folks and make a third putout of the inning? Here's Tony Gonzalez. He's 2 for 4, one of the bright spots in this lineup for the Phils with a stolen base. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Max up with it, takes his time, fires over to first, and that'll end this ball game. What a wild and crazy game. Let's take a look at the box score now. I'm sure this is about Frank with his 3 home runs. Frank Thomas hits 3 home runs, drives in 7 runs, and the poor Phillies committed 4 errors. The Phillies 7 runs on 11 hits and 4 errors. They had the same amount of hits as the Braves. The Braves 14 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The middle part of the order did a good job. Like I said, Gonzalez and Detmer, both of them 2 for 5 and 2 for 4. Don had that 2-run homer. The rest of them was just scattered hits. They was 4 for 6 and with runners in scoring position, so they did well once they got them there. That's for sure. They only left 5 men on base, so they was very productive when they had the opportunities, Ken. Hey, legends. And look at this, folks. Frank Thomas, 4 for 5, 7 RBIs. What a hell of a day. Like I say, the Braves are looking for him to bounce out of it. He sure did. Braves with 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Him and Joe Torres was the only Braves with multiple hit games. And how about that? Old Lee May, he did reach base twice, but he was the only Braves starting fielder not to get a hit. But every Brave did get on base one way or another. Even Lou Burdette got on with an error and a walk. Hank Aaron with a double. Matthews with a home run. Frank Thomas with 3 of them. And McMillan with 1. Sure. The Braves only left 7 men on base. Poor Owens couldn't get out of the first inning. Drops to 5 and 5. Pitches a third of an inning. Gives up 4 hits. 6 runs. Only 3 of them earned. Walked 3 and gave up the home run. Dallas Green comes in. Did well at first, but then he gives up 5 hits, 6 runs, walks 3, struck out 4, and gave up 3 blasts. Jack comes in, pitches 3 1/3, did a great job. 1 hit, struck out 1. And Farese comes in, gives up the big home run to Frank Thomas. 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned, struck out 2, and gave up the big home run. And Lou Burdette goes to 14 and 6 now. 7 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, walked 1, struck out 4, and gave up a home run. Don comes in, doesn't get a save, but does his job. 2 innings, 1 hit, and strikes out 2. All righty, let's do some fast play here. We got, 3 games in the National League? The first one is the Pirates taking on the Cubbies. See what Beatles Pirates can do in the Windy City. And the Cubs win a close one, Beatles. The Pirates 5 runs on 8 hits and an error. The Cubbies 6 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors. And then we got the Cardinals taking on the Reds. You got Bob Gibson going up against Ken Johnson. Cool. Legend says he's getting ready to do a game in 15 minutes. And the Cardinals beat the Reds. Gibson goes the distance, folks. Cardinals 5 runs on 9 hits and an error. The Reds 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. And Ken Boyer goes 2 for 4 with 2 home runs. Nice job by Ken. We got the Battle of California. We got the Dodgers traveling to San Francisco to take on the Giants. Drysdale's pitching for the Dodgers. Billy Law's pitching for the Giants. Sure, what a slugfest this was, and the Giants win. Willie McCovey had a good game. The Dodgers 9 runs on 12 hits and no errors. The Giants 10 runs on 12 hits and an error. See what inning they won this ball game in. Did he go extras? Nope, they won it in the bottom of the ninth. How many outs was there in the bottom of the ninth when they scored? A grand slam by, that's the 7th inning. That's the 7th inning. A solo home run wins the ball game. Orlando Cepeda with a solo homer in the 9th. A big grand slam, though, in the 7th. Sure. That 7th inning was wild and crazy. The Dodgers scored 5 runs to take a 7-5 lead. San Francisco comes back and scores 4. Jeez, you Pete's. Alrighty, folks, we'll get off here so we can go over and watch Legends Sports Universe. I want to thank Legends for stopping by. Ken Castro, sorry about your Phillies, bud, but they clobbered them in the first game. 007, check out his channel. He's doing Inside Pitch on PC. Michael, I want to thank him. Most of the parks you see on here, he designed them. And Beatles Eternally, check out his channel. He's going to be doing a chat later on tonight. Check that out if you want to come in, be a part of that. I believe that's everybody. Didn't skip anybody. Oh, you're welcome, Legends. Alrighty, like I say, I'll get off here so we can check out the Game Over in Legends channel. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.